Good morning. Yes, I'm excited. It is time for us to talk and let's see what thus saith the Lord. And you know what our topic this morning is? Wait on it. Now, I know the last thing that we want to do is wait on anything, but that's what we're going to do this morning. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am prayerful that things are going well in your life. I know I'm excited about the day and the opportunity that God is giving us on today. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a beautiful Wednesday. So as you guys are coming on, do me a big favor, a huge favor. I need you to go ahead and like and share, like and share. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am getting all of myself and stuff adjusted here. So good morning, everybody. I'm excited to see you guys on. Good morning, Dr. Abigail. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Christina. Thank you guys for tuning in on this morning. I'm excited. It's Wednesday, and can y'all believe it? We're already in June. Good morning, Nora. Good morning. Good morning, Nicole. I'm sitting here like counting down because my sister gets married this month. And I cannot believe the time has already come upon us. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Sherry. I'm like, okay, it's June, Lord. What else am I supposed to be doing? I know we're getting ready for the wedding in less than 18 days. I'm like, whoo, can't believe that's coming up. But also, last year, at the end of the year, we did something that we've been doing for 4 years consecutively with Freedom by Design, with Dr. K. It's something I've always done myself, but that is we created a vision board. And you guys see my vision board is right here over my shoulder. And y'all see my word for the year. And it's not just my word for the year, it's the word for my household for the year. And that's alignment. So in June, whether you make a prayer board or a vision board, good morning, Nanette, go back. And I know some of us look at our boards more frequently than others, but go back and take a look at your board and pray, over your board, meditate, allow God to, talk to you, and you talk to him and say, Lord, I remember when I prayed in December and these were the things that were on my heart. And ask yourself and him, have I been diligent to do what I need to do for my part? We know that God has a major part in everything that's going on with our life, but we want to also make sure we are doing our part. We are waiting patiently. We're doing what we need to do. Good morning, Pastor Butler. Good morning. Good morning. So I would be remiss if I didn't say something about the prayer or vision boards that we've created. It's the middle of the year. Sometimes we need to add some stuff to our board. Sometimes we need to take some stuff away. And now when I'm talking this morning on wait on it, before you start moving, pray on it. Make sure you go, you sit with him and you have conversation, because we don't have casual situations with our God. We have relationship with him. So talk to him, see exactly what the expectation is as you're moving forward. So let me go ahead and get right into wait on it. I know you're probably saying, well, Trina, you've been talking about the weight, the carrying the weight, and how we wait. Like, when are we gonna move past waiting? Because I don't want to wait. Yeah, I know none of us ever like to wait for anything unless it's something big and it's coming right away. So yesterday, as I was walking, and I tell God, thank you, because my knee has still been giving me problems, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to let this hold me back. I'm going to put on my best support tennis shoes and I'm going to move on out. And that's what I did. So I was walking and I was listening to music. And sometimes I listen to scriptures, because that's my time for me and God. Aside from when I'm in my closet, when I get out and walk, I can praise and I can worship him. And I know sometimes my neighbors probably see me just with my hands up and they're probably like, what's wrong with her? Because I had an AirPods on. Yeah, Nicole, you got to make sure you go back and reset the vision. Yes, ma'am. Go back, go back. So I was walking and I was listening to an interview of Pastor Mike Todd. Y'all know Mike Todd. He's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And he was sharing his story, a story I've heard before. I know his story because I love Pastor Todd, and he mentioned something that I heard before, but it was a phrase that he used that kind of shifted me. And it made me stop while I was walking. And I just had to lift my hands and I started praising God right there. And what he said was, the dark room is for development. I'm like shouting in my neighborhood walking. I'm like, Lord, what we gonna do with that? Because that's a whole word right there. And he started talking about how nobody sees you in the dark room. You know how it's like you're writing the book. Nobody sees the part when you're writing. You're getting ready for your TV show. You're getting ready for this big job as an executive or whatever. You're getting ready to start your business. Nobody sees you in the dark room. And I was like, okay, Lord. And he said, this morning we got to talk about weight on it. And I'm like, whoo, people don't like the weight. And he was like, yeah, but they got to wait on, not just wait on it, they got to wait on me. They got to make sure that what they're doing is what I've called them to do at the appointed time, not any time. And I was like, okay. I said, well, as I listened to Pastor Todd talk yesterday, I was like, back in the day, we used to take pictures. And I remember because I was a camera girl. We have all kind of photo albums. I remember my memory book from high school. I love taking pictures. And we would take the pictures. We had the little skinny 110 cameras. Then we got the 35 millimeter cameras where we messed up so much film because we were exposing it too soon. We didn't know how to set it or roll it on right. But now we don't have that. We have instant cameras. So when we take pictures, we see them right away. We can take multiple pictures over and over to make sure we get the right angle, the right, so we can make ourselves look skinny, so we can make ourselves look taller, so we can make ourselves look smaller. We can do all of those things. But he said, remember, Trina, when you used to take your pictures and you would ride your bicycle up to Eckerd Drugs in Richmond Heights, or when it became Rite Aid, and you would have to fill out the little envelope and drop your film in that envelope, and you would have to go back and get it some days later, usually about 4 days. But then they went to a process where they had a quick or expedited film, so you could get it within hours or whatever it was. But the typical was about 3 to 4 days, and it didn't cost much, about a couple of dollars. But if you were in a hurry and you wanted that quick picture, you wanted them within an hour, those express photos, you had to pay a little bit more. So that right there is a whole word. Either we're going to wait on it and do it in his timing, or if we try to express that thing, it's going to cost you a little bit more. And I ain't always talking about money. So I want you to think about that. But we didn't mind waiting back then because we were excited. We were like, oh my God, what is the picture going to look like? I got the perfect place for it in my yearbook or my memory book, or in this photo album. This going to go in my family album. This going to go with me and my boo album, all of those different things. And when we picked it up, we had no idea if our lighting was good or not. Because I can remember being out on Richmond Park taking pictures. I don't know if the sun's supposed to be in front of me, behind me. And back then, we didn't even think about it. But today we do. We make sure we get those right angles. And I'm like, we would get those pictures and be so excited. And at least 4 or 5 of them did not come out right, but we did not care, because what about the ones that did come out right? What about the memories and being able to share and mail them off to family members and let them see how we were doing? Pictures were it was a major part of our lives, but it took time. It was a process. One, we didn't mind wait on it. Yes, Nanette, it is a price to pay for it when you want it quick, when you want it fast, because a lot of times, and you just gonna make me jump right on in, when we get too much too soon, we don't always know how to handle it. We don't always know how to deal with it. So I was like, okay, Lord, how you want me to break this thing down this morning? And he was like, I'm gonna refer you to another Pastor Mike, but this time it's Mike Jakes. And he broke it down and he said, it's 3 different ways we can wait. And I said, okay, so the first way that we can wait is we can wait patiently. So yeah, patiently. James 1:4 says, let perseverance finish the work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So we got to make sure that we're not distracted from God's purpose and the path that he has laid out for us. We have to have faith, even when it doesn't look like what he said the end is going to look like. We still have to learn to praise him and trust him in the process. Even though I'll use myself, I know when I look at myself, you see that lady on my vision board meditating like this. I learned a new way to meditate. Didn't know I was going to learn a new way to meditate. I enjoy being healthy. I love working out and being fit. Over the last year, I gained more weight than I've ever gained. Many people say I don't see it, But I'm like, okay, Lord, I know I didn't gain this 15 pounds real quick. So it's going to take some time. And he was like, yeah, you can go ahead and you can try to do a quick fix, or you can put in the work. You can change your diet. You can change your lifestyle. And then you can do it, or you can do it fast and you can do yo-yo, up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't want yo-yo. I don't want anything quick. I'm going to take my time because it needs to be a lifestyle. I was talking to my sister Bernadette the other day about that. It can't be something, I have to go back to what I know. I'm like, okay, and now at 46, what worked at 40 is different. You know, my body is different. Metabolism is different, but is it too late? No. Am I going to be patient? Yes, because remember, it didn't happen overnight. So yes, Mama Tony, we got to put that work in. It's no quick fix. Take time, find an accountability partner, somebody that can say, hey, let's not try to do it fast. Let's take our time, because God isn't asking us to do something quick. He can do it just like that for us, but would we be ready for it? Would we be faithful? Would we be diligent? Or would we feel like, oh, I did that, I got that, it didn't take me anything, so I could get some more? Because that's sometimes the mentality that we'll have. Now, the other thing is we got to wait with expectancy. You guys have heard me many times say I live in the prison of expectancy because I'm expecting God to do something huge, big all the time. Isaiah 40:31 says, but they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. Whoo, come on now, mount up with wings like eagles. So we got to understand it's going to be a process. And when we get up, when we get ready to soar, because, you know, eagles soar, our perspective will look different. We'll see it different. We won't have a bird's eye view, but we got to think from the perspective of a God's eye view. What is he seeing? Because he sees it all. We might be looking at this one situation and he's telling us, you know, I got you. So we have to wait with expectancy. You know, we were talking the other day about some grass seed on a home that we are listing. And when we did the open house, you guys saw it. It was a beautiful 3.5 townhome. And in the back, it said there was a sign because they manicured the landscaping. They put mulch and they put grass seed, and it said, keep off the grass. Now, one of the people who came in the house, they were like, I see the sign that says keep off the grass, but I don't see the grass. And I'm like, you don't see it? And she said, no, I don't see it. I'm like, it's there. She was like, really? All I see is dirt, because she didn't understand it was a process. But the homeowner, the sellers of the home, they continue to come and water that seed. They continued to do what they needed to do. They were persistent and they were faithful. And just yesterday, I got a picture and said, it's grass. We always knew that it was grass there, but it didn't look like what we thought it should look like. We had to be patient, because guess what? Patience requires long suffering. What does that mean? Long suffering means in spite of the trouble, in spite of what's going on, in spite of what it looks like, we are going to endure, because he said, you got to go through this. Like that grass has to go through that process so that I can get you to the point I need you to be in, so that you'll be prepared, so that you'll be faithful, so that you'll be diligent, so that you'll do what I've called you to do, and you'll do it with excellence. You'll do it with humility. So we got to remember that. And lastly, we got to wait firmly. What does that mean? Well, 1 Corinthians 15:58 says, therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. Always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not vain. So you got to block out the haters. You got to block out the naysayers. And sometimes you just got to close your mouth as you're waiting. And everybody doesn't need to know every facet of what you have going on. Everybody doesn't get to have a copy of the roadmap of your life or the blueprint of your life. Sometimes they just get to sit and be spectators and see it as it unfolds, because that way you have to, like I said the other day, you got to be careful who you're sharing what's going on in your life with, so that they're not talking you out of it. You got to be real careful of who is pitching a tent around your house. You want to make sure these are your godly brothers and sisters who have your best interests at heart, and they're praying and they're undergirding you, and they're like, you know what, we got you. We're lifting you up even when you don't know it. So understand God cannot fail. He can do it. He cannot fail, will not fail. His words, his promises are never going to come back void. So he has you. Yes, Nanette, we got to wait and work in silence. We got to wait sometimes and work in silence. And I know that, we want to share. We want to tell everybody like, this is what's going on. That's what's going on. But we got to be careful because the enemy is sitting over there. The prince of darkness, he's sitting over there like, okay, as soon as she tell me what's going on, here I'm going to swoop in and I'm going to snatch it right from under her. But God says, yeah, somebody might come and they might try to knock you down, but you stay the course. You stay persistent. You stay firm. You walk in that expectancy. You wait on it because it's coming. If I said it was coming, he says it's coming. And we have to have faith and we have to show that. So yes, Avra, we got to keep that circle tight. And we got to move in silence. So this morning, family, if you've heard nothing else, I want you to remember, we got to wait on it. And we got to wait the way that he calls us to wait, not like us where we're looking like every minute. Now, that young lady could have been watching that grass, but she didn't. She went, she watered it, she left. She went, she watered it, she left. And when she came back, she saw grass. It was budding grass. And you would say, well, why would we be so excited? Because of the process, because that had to be digged up. The soil some things had to happen. A trench had to be put down and it was a whole process. But you know what? The process paid off. And it was probably about a 2 or 3 week process. So can I say that whatever you're waiting on is going to come in 2 or 3 weeks? I cannot. He didn't say it was going to be fast. He said it was going to be a process. And when we got it, he wanted to make sure that we're ready to hold it. So remember, we're going to wait patiently. We're going to wait with expectancy and we're going to wait firmly because God can do anything but fail. So I'm prayerful, guys, that you have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. Remember, it is June now. Take a look at that vision or prayer board. Go back at it. Look. Pray over your board, sit down and have a conversation with God. Go through that thing and say, Lord, I know that I have this lady on here. What is it that I was supposed to do? I remember what you said, but in December, does it still apply right now in June? Should I be doing something different? Look at your board. You'll be amazed at the things that you've already been able to achieve. Because I know sometimes when I look back over my board and I look at my board daily, it's like, man, I thought this is what that meant, but it had a whole nother meaning. So spend some time looking at your board. And even if you have it electronically, take a look, guys. He says, write the vision and make it plain. Look at it. Make sure that you have everything listed out. I know my board, our joint family board, has some scriptures in it. It has some things in it. So Frank and I are going to sit down this evening and we're going to look and see, are we in alignment? That was our word for the year. It's not a conquer thing, but are we consistently being in alignment? Are we moving the way he has guided us to move? Are we doing the things that would make him proud? Are we putting him first, or are there other things that we're putting before him? It's some tough questions, but some real questions, some real self-reflection that has to occur. So family, I love you. God bless you. For those who are listening to this recording, I pray that it blesses you. And for each and every person that's on this morning, I ask you to do me one tiny favor. Right now, wherever you are, click share. If you would, just click share so that this message can be shared with others. I love you, family. God bless you. And I look forward to seeing you on Freedom Friday. And remember, freedom is not free and it can only be achieved through him. It's his design, not our design. God bless you guys and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.